like we never left because we never did leave. You got your boy Love One to Hate One, and your boy Gil is in the building. And we back at y'all with another radio call. You guys already know we finna cook. And we got a very interesting fight coming up between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. In my opinion, it's a 50-50 fight. And we're gonna break it down. You know, me and Gil ain't done a radio call in a minute. We got some catching up to do, and I'm letting you guys know right now. Okay, I made a prediction video upon this fight already, but a lot of people probably didn't see it. And if you did see it, I'm gonna let you guys know who I got, but I'm gonna break it down even more. I personally feel like in this fight, man, anybody can win. Okay. Can I see Shakur Stevenson beating Teo? Yes. Can I see Teo beating Shakur? Yes. But you guys know how I get down. I do not like to stay in the middle. I have to pick a fighter. I do feel like Shakur Stevenson is going to win this fight because I personally feel like, let's talk about the politics and bullshit. If you guys watch my video, you guys know what I'm talking about. The politics and bullshit means that if Shakur Stevenson wins this fight, more money can be made, okay? If Shakur Stevenson is undefeated, you still got Conor Benn versus Shakur Stevenson, very big fight. Shakur Stevenson versus Ryan Garcia, very big fight. Shakur Stevenson versus Tank, very big fight. Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney, very big fight. Assuming Shakur Stevenson beat Teofimo Lopez, that raises his stock a lot. He's going to be worth a lot more money, and that's a big win being Teofimo Lopez, okay? And it's a lot more big fights that Shakur Stevenson can make if he wins this fight. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, Love One to Hate One, but it's a lot of fights that Teo could make if he beats Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, that's true, but not as much as Shakur, because we all know when you're undefeated, that makes more money. Now Teofimo Lopez can still make Ryan Garcia. Okay, cool. At 140, who is Teo really gonna fight? Okay, you got Rolly there. You got Ryan Garcia there. Matter of fact, my bad. Teofimo Lopez gotta go to 147 to fight the big names. Ryan Garcia, Tank Teo. That's never gonna happen unless it's a catchweight involved. So if you guys really think about what I'm saying, Shakur Stevenson, he don't gotta go up to 147 or 135 and 140. There's fights right there for Shakur. Okay. Now my whole thing with Teofimo Lopez. The one thing about Teofimo Lopez, he has showed his skill versus better competition than Shakur Stevenson. But the thing about Teofimo Lopez, besides the fights that he lost on paper, Teofimo Lopez has had some controversial fights, even in the fights that he won. In my opinion, Teofimo Lopez lost to, what's his name, Jermaine Ortiz. Now,
Sandra Martin.
That's another one. Hold on, I'll get to that. Yeah, that's another one. I'm glad you brought that up. He lost to, this is my opinion. Now, I understand why they gave Teofimo Lopez the fight against Jermaine Ortiz. They felt like he pressed the fight more, etc. I get it. But I thought Jermaine Ortiz won that fight, okay? So even the fights that Teofimo Lopez won on paper, he arguably lost. Sandra Martin dropped on twice. I thought Sandra Martin clearly won that fight, but they gave it to Teofimo Lopez. He was a bigger name, the more money, and Teofimo Lopez was pressing the action. I get it, but I thought Sandra Martin won that fight. Now, to be fair, you guys, I do feel like Teofimo Lopez fought better names than Shakur Stevenson. So that's like when people try to compare themselves to Canelo, like Pitfall Benavidez, right? Pitfall Benavidez can say, "Oh, I'm undefeated," but Canelo is not. But Canelo fought better competition than Pitfall Benavidez. He has. And it's crazy that you guys always want to clown Canelo for his losses, but Canelo has only lost to great fighters. Think about it. Mayweather, Hall of Famer. Okay? Crawford, future Hall of Famer. Okay? Who else he lost to? Fucking Bivol. A future Hall of Famer. Canelo has only lost to future Hall of Famers. Now, if Canelo would have fought the guys that David Benavidez fought, Canelo would still be undefeated. Okay? And I made a video about this the other day, Gil. I gotta make this point before I move on. If Canelo would have stopped Anthony Yarde the same way that David Benavidez did, Canelo wouldn't get no credit. They would say, oh, Canelo just beat a bomb. Oh, Canelo just beat Anthony Yarde, the guy who got stopped by Kovalev, who Canelo already beat. But Pinfall Benavidez does it, and it's a parade. Oh, did you guys see what Benavidez did to Anthony Yarde? Oh, my God. If Canelo would have done the same shit, nobody would have gave Canelo credit. But back to what I was saying, I do personally feel like when it comes down to this fight, I do feel like, man, I'm edging Shakur, you guys. But in my opinion, it's a real 50-50. I'm just edging Shakur because what scares me the most about Teofimo Lopez, and I gotta give him this, he shows up big time in the big fights. And this may be, if not, it might be his biggest fight. But I'm riding with Shakur Stevenson. I personally feel like the defense is gonna get it done. And the more marketable fighter in this fight is Shakur Stevenson. What's your thoughts on the Gil?
I think people want to see Teo get knocked out, to be honest with you. And the thing about Teo is that he's had an up and down career, even though he's only lost one time. His mental is not always on point. So you always got to wonder, is he mentally prepared for what he's got to go through? And then the other question I have for you, who at 140, who has all the belts? Or are they scattered right now?
Well, it's kind of scattered. It's kind of scattered because you got at 140 you got fucking who? Okay, don't Till has a belt? Or am I tripping? Till got he got.
I think he has one and Shakur has one. I think that's why they're doing the fight, right?
No, Shakur don't have one. Shakur didn't fight at 144. Shakur's coming.
Oh, okay, so he's moving up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where it gets interesting because if he gets to beat Teo, then he gets a belt.
He gets a belt. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it might mean something to Shakur. Yeah. But honestly, when Teo is on point, he's kind of hard to beat. And to me, it comes down to how big is the ring. Because let's remember what Shakur was able to do with Sean Cepeda, but he didn't really have power, like, in that fight. So if Teo can come in with power, I think he could get him.
Teo don't got power at 140, though. Teo hasn't knocked out nobody at 140.
But he's a very good counter puncher, bro. That's
counter puncher. Yeah, but
situation you can walk him into a punch, you know.
No, that's true. That's true. The one you don't see come. I mean? Yeah, that's true. That's true. The one you don't see coming hurts more. But Shakur a counter puncher too.
But that's what I mean. Teo is the more natural counter puncher. That to me, that's
at 140. Hold on.
Yeah.
At 140. I don't know about that one. I could agree with you. If you say at 140, yeah.
When he beat Josh,
but that's not fair. Go ahead, my bad.
When he beat Josh Taylor, what division was it at? Wasn't it at 140?
As at 140, yeah.
Okay, then he was able to catch him with counters almost the whole fight, bro.
But Gil, to be fair, Josh Taylor's come forward, you know. Straightforward, like he was trying to circle, bro, and he was catching him. So it's easy to catch Josh Taylor. Regis Prograis is to catch Josh Taylor.
Well, that's true. Josh Taylor was starting to slow down when he got.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying? Yeah, you get what I'm saying? It's like Josh Taylor is like.
I'll give you that. And then the other question is, it's gonna come down to the size of the ring because if Shakur's able to move around, Teo's not gonna be able to catch him. You know what I mean? If he's able to push him against the ropes and do his counters, he's going to catch him.
But this is the thing, though. Teo's a mover, too, though. It's not like Teo comes straight forward when he has to. But
when he fought Loma, he showed a real skill. See, that's where his mental is going to come into play.
That's at 135, though.
Yeah, you have a point.
Yeah.
But I'm also saying the skill is always going to be there no matter what the weight is, right?
That's true, but
you have to have the right timing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not saying that Shakur has no chance. I think Shakur can do his thing too. I mean, because he's a good boxer.
Yeah.
So if he could frustrate Teo, he can really get stuff done. But it's interesting to see where Teo is gonna come in mentally because his dad's gonna say stuff that's gonna put pressure on Teo too. You know what I mean? So that's where it's gonna be interesting to see his mental at the time.
No, that's real shit, and that's why I feel like they both sacrificed a little bit. Because if this was at 135, I will be edging Teo. But if you think about it, at 140, besides, and this is where it's scary at for Shakur, because we've never seen Shakur fight at 140. First fight at 140, which means he could be slower. You know, he might not be, he might not have the same timing. So it's a little bit of sacrifice for both. But my whole thing when it comes down to Teo, aside from Josh Taylor, Teo has not looked good, Gil, at 140.
Against movers.
But
the power's not the same, is it?
No, it's not just movers. Okay, he faced. Okay, what's his name? He wasn't a mover, and Gil, I swear to God, Teo still didn't look good.
He was bro. Catching him with stuff too, right?
Yeah, and another person too that was catching Teofimo wanted to fight, but it's like he was getting caught. But all I'm saying is,
you know what's gonna be interesting is how much stuff did he learn from Canelo's team? Because they were working together for a bit.
You know what? I thought they were back together.
No, I don't think so, because Teo did talk a little bit about.
He was talking shit.
Yeah, and I don't think they would let him back. He's burned bridges with all his racial stuff, bro, and a lot of people don't like that.
A lot of people stop fucking it because of that. Yeah.
Canelo doesn't want all that fucking controversy over that shit, bro.
And I feel Canelo on that.
Yeah, so I get why they kind of kicked him out of camp, bro, and he kind of went off on them for that. But I get it too, bro. Why not do things right instead of talking shit the way he does? People are rooting for you to get knocked out for that simple reason, bro.
Exactly. But you know what? Hold on. I will say this too. And you're right. People do want to see Teo get knocked the fuck out, but people want to see Shakur get knocked the fuck out too, though. Now, Gil, let's not underestimate that now. Because
he's such a mover. He has such technique, bro. It gets annoying sometimes to watch him move so much.
People want to see him get caught a punch.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why when he fought Zepeda, all motherfuckers, and it's not like it's just a race thing. It's not like it's just like, oh, motherfucking Mexicans want to see Shakur get knocked out. No, you got Tank fans who is mostly black. They want to see his ass get touched up by Teo too, because they want to say, oh, he was talking all that shit about Tank, but look what Teo want to do. Look what Teo just did to him. That's what a lot of people want to say.
Let's remember, Cepeda caught him with a jab, bro, with a simple jab on the ropes. So if I'm Teo, I'm gonna try to be throwing straight punches at him.
But see, Zepeda, I knew Zepeda had a style that was trouble. I didn't think Zepeda would win, but I knew he had a style because Zepeda throw punches non-stop. The amount of punches, yeah. I don't think Teo, he don't fight like that. Teo like to fight off the exchange and stuff like that. But if he take it too, Shakur might be in trouble, but that would be Shakur going outside of himself.
He's very defensive though, bro. And that's what kind of Shakur.
He is defensive. He is defensive. You right about that. Sometimes when I watch Shakur, I be like, damn, bro, it's nothing wrong with being defensive, but throw punches, bro. We don't pay to watch you play defense all night.
That's why I thought that fight with Sean Cepeda, I thought it was a little bit closer, but people were talking about how Shakur was really defensive, and I get it, bro, but he wasn't really throwing a lot until he got to the middle round.
I was just gonna say, but see, this the thing though, girl. You got to take this in mind too. The judges, they really don't remember the first round. They don't remember the early part. They remember like the sixth round after rounds. They remember later rounds, and I feel like Shakur wasn't really doing shit in the early rounds. That's why I had to pay the whipping his ass in the early rounds. But hey, Shakur, he started. It's like the judges. That's all they remember, and it sucks to say because if you judge that fight wholeheartedly, it would look closer than what the scorecards was. But the judges only remember the last part of the fight.
Cepeda was catching a lot of punches on his gloves, but the thing about it is Cepeda didn't have the power like that. You know what I mean?
Shakur
he threw a lot of punches. Yeah, that's true.
They both didn't have power like that. Shakur don't punch you like that. Cepeda is a volume puncher. He does hit hard, but not like he's gonna put you out with one punch. But it's the same thing.
I thought it was more noticeable in that fight because he kept throwing big punches, and a guy with a little bit more power would have been able to catch Shakur with something. We
got an opportunity to see it this fight.
Exactly. That's where I think Teo can take advantage of it if he can place a good shot.
But Gil, this is what I think you sleeping on. See, the thing about Zepeda, he throws punches. He throws like 5-6 punches. So a couple of those is gonna get in. I don't give a fuck. You could be Floyd Mayweather. You could be the best defensive fighter in the world. You throwing 8, 5, and Zepeda not slow. You throwing these fast ass punches. A couple of them is gonna get in. Teo don't fight like that. He's not gonna throw. He's not gonna put Shakur on a roast and throw 10 punches and throw punches all night. He's not gonna fight like that. So my point is, the reason Zepeda landed because he was throwing 10 punches for 2 to land.
Well, see, that's the thing, bro. Like, you have to piece things together when you're coming up with a game plan. Maybe you can't throw 10 punches, but you could throw 4. You know what I mean? You could throw 3 and start piecing it together, making it work for you.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, you got a good point.
So that's where the game plan comes into play, and I think honestly, I think it's a 50-50 fight.
I think so too. I personally feel like, I literally think that way. I feel like if Teo wins, because I personally feel like Teo, I think Shakur is faster than Zepeda. I don't think Shakur is faster than Teo. I think their speed is like probably the same. So I think that's gonna be the difference maker. It's like maybe Teo don't need to throw 10 punches like Zepeda, because he feel like I could throw 4 or 5, like you said. I could throw 4 and catch you with 2 or 3,
and then catch him with 1 with power, and you never know. Yeah.
I do. Okay, this is where you kind of lose me. I do kind of know, because Teo has not been flatlining nobody at 140, so he's gonna flatline Shakur.
But that's the question, bro. If you look at Teo, the way he fights, he doesn't really plant his feet. He's always moving.
So he's gonna all of a sudden start planning it again.
That's what the game plan would be for me, bro. To put
but
it.
But look, even if that's the game plan for you, you know for a fact, Shakur Stevenson, if Teo sits on all his punches, it's more easier to read a sit down punch than a jab punch. I personally feel like Teo, he got to set up that if he sit on every punch, I think Shakur's gonna read that.
I'm not saying sit on every punch. What I'm saying is set it up with the jab.
Okay, now you're talking. Okay. You just said jab at first. Okay, I got you. Now.
Throw in 2 punches, like throwaway punches, and 1 really hard one, bro. Get them thinking they're gonna be easy punches, and then you throw that hard hook or that hard uppercut when he's against the ropes, bro. Like, make him feel your punches. Throw to the shoulders. Throw to the gut. Use the jab to the gut. A lot of guys don't do that.
That's true.
You know?
You're right. If he set it up, Shakur Stevenson may be in some trouble, bro.
The way I look at it is, bro, since I'm always telling you, the jab comes first. The jab comes first. Sometimes I'm thinking in my head that you already know what I mean.
Okay.
I always talk about the jab, bro.
Yeah, okay, I got you, yeah. Because you always said jab comes first, but the thing is, okay, yeah, so I probably should have known that, but when you say the jab, certain fighters don't have a jab like that.
Yeah.
Teo does. So it's like when it comes down to this one, yeah, I got you. Yeah, like Pitbull. Like I remember you said with Pitbull, you said if Pitbull could, if he could throw the jab. But I'm like, damn. And my mom thinking like, and I think I told you, I'm like, Pitbull don't have a jab, so if he basically has to learn the jab.
That's how you told me. He don't really use it, which is true. But this fight, he used it a little bit more in the beginning.
I got yeah. I'm glad we're picking each other's brain, bro. I'm glad we're picking each other's brain. Exactly, that's true. Cause I ain't gonna even lie to you. I can't say it. You see, I can't say that now because Teo has a good job. It's gonna be a good one. Shit.